What? Mr. Mark. Cuckoo. Hi.
Say good morning. Yeah. We've been coming out here every morning just to watch the birds while everyone else still sleeps, because we're doing 6 AM wake-ups at the moment. Okay, this was supposed to be in a day in the life vlog, but like, I don't know, a 10-month-old baby, like the morning getting ready thing is just like, so I don't know, like hours have passed since I said good morning. But I thought I would catch you up while I just did my makeup. The baby is asleep. Mac is actually like a really good sleeper in the morning. Tends to sleep from 9 to 11 for at least 2 hours. Sometimes it's 2.5 hours, and then he does like another hour in the afternoon. So I've got a window, but I did just go for a walk. I still can't run postpartum, which is just, to be honest, it's really boring, and I'm a bit over it, but we can't run. So I just did, where my parents are in Sydney, there's just like a lot of really nice bushwalks. So I did one of those with stairs, so it felt like a bit more exercise. And then I met my mum for a coffee. Well, my husband's called on the internet. I call him the Ken, but it's getting hard. Maybe I'll have to bleep this out. It's getting hard to remember to call him the Ken. So maybe this is just a little insider secret for the YouTubers, you know? Anyway, and then I met my mum for a coffee and had Mac. I came home, I washed my hair, I blow dried my hair, which I gotta tell you, in Sydney, humidity is a workout onto itself. I think this is running out, which is really annoying. This is the Westman Atelier, I think they're called the complexion drops. And I must say, I have never met a product that I can wear on my skin in London in winter and summer, and then also in Australia. I think obviously they're different climates, but also my skin changes a lot over seasons or whatever. If I'm really fake tanned, I can't wear this shade. I could probably get another shade, but that's too hard. But this seems to be blending in quite well. But the thing I like about this is if I can't be bothered to wear concealer, and to be honest, I normally only bother with concealer if I'm like breaking out or I'm extremely tired, but this does cover a lot of sins. It's got enough coverage without being like full on, you know? Oh no. Is he waking up? The Ken is on it. Remembered that time. I can hear them. I am actually going to bother with concealer because I'm new to this Kosas concealer, whatever. What is it called? Revealer? That might be the shade name. I've heard so many good things, but honestly, I thought in this format, how good can a concealer be? I just find them all very much the same. Not true. This is not the same as the others. I used to really like the NARS one, similar format, but no, this is better. Okay, I've just literally done that side. Like, the texture of it is actually very thick, which I thought was going to be a bad thing, but the staying power, because it is quite thick, is very good. And also it provides such a good amount of coverage. And I love a concealer you can wear here and like use it, like I'll use it to spot conceal any, I've got like a bit of, it's not cystic yet. I bet by next week it'll be like heaving, but I don't know how you can see, but it is very good. It's worth the hype. Anyway, we have been in Melbourne last week, which was very nice. But I have no family in Melbourne. We're in Sydney now. So my parents live between Sydney and Adelaide. I was brought up between Sydney and Adelaide. It's like a whole other thing. Anyway, but I was born in Melbourne, and so my best friends live in Melbourne. So we thought it would be really nice to just, to go see them, but also spend time in a different city without family. Obviously, having family around is the best, especially when you have a baby, but it's also can be a lot. So just to give everyone a bit of space, we thought we'd spend a week there, and it was nice. But being in a city that is not your norm was very exhausting. It was fun, and I'm glad we did it. The Ken had also never been to Melbourne, and if we ever live in Australia again, I wonder if Melbourne would be an easier transition than coming from London to Sydney. So I thought it would be a good one to go do. And it was great. I think Melbourne, in terms of getting around with a baby because of trams and stuff, was actually pretty easy. Sydney transport is like not equipped for prams. It's a nightmare. But yeah, it was just very hot. It was a lot. We were also staying in an Airbnb that was in a really good location, but was small. You know? It's kind of hard to describe if you don't have kids. Like, but staying in a small space is annoying anyway, but you can kind of, when you're traveling, you're just like, whatever, it's fine, it's worth it. But this, I don't know. I won't do it again. This is the number 7 bronzer, by the way. It is very good. It's very similar to the Chanel one, if you know, you know. But yeah, Melbourne was beautiful. I think it's an amazing city. I just think the age and stage we're in with Mac, he started crawling, and also he has to eat 3 meals a day. So we wanted to make the most of being in Melbourne. Like, we wanted to go to restaurants and stuff, and it just, the level of organization it requires is hard. But also, the Ken is now on paternity leave, and he hasn't done full-time care for just him. Like, in Melbourne, I was also going to meetings and stuff, so, you know, I'm coming and going, and when you're relying on 2 people almost, because, like, you know, we're alternating. Like, he might jump in, I go to a meeting, I come back, he goes out for an hour, you know, we're like alternating like that. It means you miss things. Like, we went to brunch without nappies one day because I thought he was doing it, he thought I was doing it. It was like a whole thing, but we're like leaning into the roles now. He's been on paternity leave for 4 weeks, maybe nearly 5 weeks. And he's got 5 more to go, which is good because my work is really picking up again. I definitely just took the first couple of weeks of January easy. I think I don't really know what I thought I was going to do, but I started working again 8 weeks postpartum, which for me was good. I was very sick, pregnant, which I think I have mentioned. It was very traumatic, and I don't really want to talk about it. But it meant that when I was no longer feeling so sick and I had recovered from my emergency C-section, I just wanted to get back into it and not feel so... I didn't think I felt isolated as a new mum. That's not the right word. I was not willing to let my identity go, and I know everyone deals with that in different ways. I just for me needed to get my hands dirty again. So my point being in saying this, I don't think I'd really had a break, and I was bordering on burnt out by the time we got here in early January. So it was really nice. Another thing I'm obsessed with since I got here is this blush from Tower 28. I only really heard about their skincare. What's that thing in the red spritz bottle that everyone uses that's supposed to be like antibacterial for spots? I think that's what it does. I haven't tried their makeup. Mecca sent me this, and let me tell you, this is the shade Magic Hour. I'm obsessed with that. I didn't bring a bronzer. I didn't bring a blush brush with me, and I've been meaning to buy one for the how many weeks we've been here? The many weeks we've been here, but it hasn't happened. So I am really into, at the moment, just putting a little bit of eyeshadow underneath my, wow, that was way too much, under my lash line. Just makes, because I don't really like eye makeup, but just makes my You tell me. What does it make my eyes look like? This NARS stick, it's called Oblivion Total Seduction Eyeshadow Stick. Really just into putting it underneath. I was putting it on my eyelid, I'll show you, but like I don't think you can really, like it doesn't have that much impact, but underneath is just quite nice. One thing about me is that I'm obsessed with sunscreen coverage. And in theory, you're supposed to do your eyebrows and then put your sunscreen on, right? Because otherwise the eyebrow product like just struggles to stick. But I can't do that. I need to like put sunscreen on my face like that because I'm so terrified about getting sunburn or sun damage. My grandma actually died from melanoma. And I'm just like not messing with that. Also, I'm so fair and I use so much retinol that I'm very prone to sunburn. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm literally removing any sunscreen from my eyebrow so that my eyebrow product, which is this at the moment, actually sticks. So if you've ever used an eyebrow product and you're like, why it doesn't really stay or do anything, it's probably because it's getting caught up in all your skincare. I'm trying to see if they're even. To be honest, I think I need to go get my eyebrows professionally done. They're doing my head in, and I know eyebrows are sisters, not twins. But I don't know. Anyway, meant to be catching you up. What else can I tell you? So, I mean, we've just been catching up since we got to Sydney. After Melbourne, we came to Sydney and we just shattered. So had 36 hours of not telling anyone I was here because I was desperate to meet all my school friends' kids. Nearly, in my group of school friends, there's like 10 of us. And 6 of us had babies in 2024. And I was so excited to meet them all, but we also just needed a hot second to recover. So we've just been doing that, really, going on play dates. I've gone to a couple of meetings, going to lunch today with a girl I actually used to go to uni with who now has a brand. I wear a lot of her clothes, so I will take you with me on that. But it's just been nice, like we're going to the beach or, you know, the balance is hard, I'm not gonna lie. The balance is, you know, I want to spend all my time with my parents and with Mac and they can, and you know, just soaking it up. But the reality is I need to work. I'm really struggling to articulate this. When your husband is on paternity leave, obviously you want to work, right? But we deliberately designed this time so that we could have some time together as a family. But I also need to work, and just navigating the guilt of the balance is new. So some days work better than others. Yesterday I had a great work day. It just like worked out really well. We managed to have a play date. I managed to film an ad and get all my emails done and still go out to dinner, which was great. Mum ended up having Mac, putting Mac down so that we could go out. You know, some days works really well. Other days I can hear him crying in the other room and I just want to go help, and I do, and then it gets messy. But, you know, we're learning. I honestly think the hardest part about it all is like trying in amongst all that to be nice to yourself, because no one gets it right. And we all just like learning, you know? Anyway, another new obsession of mine is this MCO Beauty Mascara. I nearly just said Model Co, which I think is what the brand used to be called when I was like a teenager. I have done an ad with this product. It was part of a full face of makeup I did with them, and the product is really good. It is makeup you can get in the supermarket, and for that, obviously they're not paying me for this YouTube, but honestly for the quality and price point, it is really good. And a girlfriend actually gave me this mascara for Christmas before I even knew I was doing that ad, because she was like, it is the bee's knees and it doesn't smudge, which I feel like I wear a very glowy base and I do sometimes struggle with like transfer, but this doesn't do that, and I need something extra strong in the humidity. And to be honest, this is a waterproof. I think this is waterproof mascara. I hate waterproof mascara normally, but it's good, guys. The other difference to my makeup here versus when I do it in the UK, lipstick looks really overdone. I think the light is so harsh in Australia that you actually have to do less is more. Like every now and again I'll wear liquid eyeliner if I'm going, I don't know, out to dinner or something in London. Here, that just looks so intense. The other thing I need to work out is this fringe, because I love my hairdresser, but I think we cut it a bit short. So it's only just started going on the side. I think I probably need to re-blow dry it so it sits a bit better, but it's a journey. Anyway, I'm just going to go check on Mac and get ready to go. So see you in a bit. All right, before I go, the Ken has done a massive country road order, so we're just going to do a little country road haul for him.
They just don't feel particularly like professional, potentially. I don't know.
Like struggling to articulate my thoughts. You don't like, look, do you want to see? Share your thoughts to the camera, please.
I don't know. I think it's probably a bit big. Like, I just would expect it, like, in an office setting, it just feels, even for my fintechy office.
I think it's fine. It's just a bit more oversized. Like, not everything has to be super fitted. Here's the opposite issue to me. He wants everything tight fitting. I want everything to be loose. Corporate style is just not my bag, to be honest. Just, would you wear a jumper to the office? You always wear a shirt and chinos. Like, would you wear... Is this just for Fridays?
No, like, people wear these during the week as well.
See, to me, that looks too small.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see. Honestly, this is just a pan of my parents' amazing living room. That's really what we're all here for, right? Like, stunning, apart from all the toys everywhere. I think your one's better, but if you don't like it and you're not comfortable in it, don't buy it.
I'll sit on them.
Not sit on them. Okay.
It's too big.
You think it's too big?
Yeah.
I think with you the issue is always going to be that you're like between sizes, because I think the size down would be what I would think would be too small. In context, I'm just going to catch you up. He thought this was a white cable knit, but I think white A would just get dirty really quickly and B look like a cricket jumper.
But that was the idea.
I know, but you are going to the office, not to the
No, this
oval.
isn't for the office.
Oh, just for life.
This is just for general life. I just wanted one that was like kind of...
Cable knit.
Yeah, fisherman's / cricket.
I think it's nice, but if it's not like the one that you hoped for.
It's too baggy in the arms.
And then what were the other ones? So the other one, those two cotton ones are $30, and then the 3/4 zips.
They're 100 each.
And what's the fabrication?
Oh, what a posh word. 100% cotton.
Yeah.
I think they're exactly the same.
The 3/4 zip is very much dad vibes. In a good way.
I know.
Chic office way.
I'm turning 35 this year. I'm gonna embrace it.
It's time. Okay. Cool. All right. That wasn't too bad. The chinos fit you really well from Country Road.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm returning all the other stuff.
Okay. Great.
Lovely.
We were literally just having the world's most boring conversation about how many times we have said the word broccoli to each other in terms of what we want for dinner. So it's like steak with broccoli.
Want to steak the broccoli? Leftover broccolini? Okay, cool. Let's have the broccolini. Do you want broccolini again? Can we add broccolini to whatever you choose? Do we still have broccolini?
We eat a lot of broccoli.
With the broccoli. Can you get me broccoli and broccoli? Still want that broccoli though. Broccoli. Ha ha ha. Broccoli.
We just eat a lot of broccoli. Anyway, I don't know where to put this. Okay, so I'm actually about to meet a friend for lunch who owns the label Jilly and Bowstred. So Jilly, I went to uni with. We both did fashion design at UTS together, but for the last 10 years, she's had this amazing brand that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I'm going to try on some of the pieces, some of the new season pieces. So I thought I'd bring you with me, but then her and I are just going to catch up and have lunch, which I think will be nice. So anyway, I drove here, which, do you know what? Driving to like catch up with your friends is kind of novel to me now. But what I will say is Sydney Harbour Bridge traffic is hell. They're doing all these like roadworks and stuff, and it was just a bit stressful. So anyway, we made it. I'm going to get a car. No, I've got a... What am I trying to say? I'm going to get a ticket. A car park ticket. My brain. Anyway, let's go look at some nice clothes. Hi, hello. Sorry, that was a little abrupt. 48 hours have passed since I tried to film a day in the life vlog. I came home and Mac was so sick. I had such a nice time, my friend. I got this beautiful chocolate brown suit. I was going to come home and talk you through it. And then, yeah, I've been dealing with a very sick baby for the last 48 hours. We went to the doctor this morning. I think he's getting better. There's nothing we can really do. I need to write it out. So anyway, it's around the same time that I ended it that I'm picking up on. It's just Friday, not Wednesday. So I think Mac is still napping. When he gets up, we're going to try and go for a swim, just so that we all leave the house for an activity other than the GP. TBC whether that happens. And yeah, I kind of need to wrap this up, to be honest. I was editing the footage after lunch today from earlier when I was in Melbourne, and I was like, I'm going to insert that to the start of this vlog, and it'll be like a cute little scene setting situation. But I realised, I put a TikTok up about this actually. I thought I lost a scarf when I was in Melbourne. I did lose the scarf, but I thought I lost it at the Queen Victoria markets. According to the footage, I didn't. I lost it when I was in the Fitzroy Gardens, which is where I realised that I had lost it. So I thought I couldn't go back and get it or even look for it because it was too far away geographically. If you know anything about Melbourne, it's like at least a 20-minute walk back. And I was like, there is just, oh my God, not a hope in hell that it will be there. But honestly, looking at the footage, it was probably about, 100 meters behind. So that is very annoying. But first world problems. All I really want is my baby to be better. I'd love to find the scarf. So if you happen to see it in the Fitzroy Gardens, great. But honestly, if we could just manifest a better baby, that would be more ideal. But yeah, the next vlog you will see from me will probably be from our first week back in London, which I am so nervous about. The logistics of that week are insane. There is so much happening. I can't wait to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything, but it will be an exciting one. I hope. I guess this is the part where I say, like, subscribe to my channel, comment and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you next week.